Oh, KZN, Eastern Cape's tomorrow. What's this going on with subscriptions here? Jeffrey's last 100 days of rubber stamp for president. Right, stuff to talk about tonight. How you all doing out there? Anybody there? Yeah, Bueller. Just me so far. Nobody's there. No announcements going out. Nobody coming in. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Liz Wheeler Bluff is the first one. Liz, welcome back. How's it going? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, here we go. Here we go. CB user somebody. Barbara Harrison, welcome. And Diane Humphrey. Cool. All right, good. Good to see you guys there. Welcome back to the program. Well, it's Friday night and I just got paid. No, that's a song by Johnny Kemp from a long time ago, but that's not tonight. Fight, fight, fight. I like that. Philip Devet. Magda Prinsloo. Levin Janssen from Hensburg, Teonel, Tolkien, CB. Wills is back. Wills, the latest spanner here. Got a couple of people asked for a spanner. I'm working on that. Kus Franken, welcome to you. Crystal Minier, Yolandi Smith, and Erica. Welcome, Erica. Heidi Roberts, say welcome. You, Rolinda. What's going past really quickly, Joe Czar. I sent you an email with a screenshot about the refugee program. Somebody sent me something. Was that you? Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to disclose that. Something I received from somebody earlier. Yep, that's him. Yep. All right, so I'm looking to see. Somebody sent me some. Yes. So I'm just looking here. Got a couple things from people. All right, so anyway, so who's I missed the call? Oh. Anyway, sorry, I'm looking at the phone here to see who sent me a message. I got a couple messages from folks there about things. Yeah, no, I have the world's slowest internet in South Africa tonight. So once again, doing it off of my mobile phone. So sorry for that. But I can't get off my laptop. I'm downloading right now at god awful slow speed. I have a video that's 2.7 gigabytes I got to download that I just can't get to because it's taking forever here. So let me see. I was downloading it and then it just canceled after loading about 800 megabytes. Now I'm back up to 398 at a 2.7. Erica, hello again, and Barbara Harrison, good evening to you. So I need to pull up the stream over here so I can see the chat a little bit better. Let me see if I can't do that. Okay, I see someone else is on right now. Okay, that's one reason why we're growing an audience here, but a small audience tonight. What's the deal? I can't attract anything. Can I attract? Can I attract enough people to come here tonight? Well, we're inching up a little bit because of videos today, getting to 79,392. That's a good start. There's Heinrich Schernefeld with 350 Rand super chat. Ring the bell. You can ring my bell. All right, thanks a lot, Heinrich. I really appreciate that super chat. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Saw you on Ronaldo's program as well. Let me see if I can't get this thing to come up. Here we go. Right. Okay, and I'll stop the video. That way it won't eat up all this bandwidth. Okay, there it is. Come on. All right, so we'll freeze that. All right, now I can see the chat over here a lot better. So thank you for a wonderful day today, says Alana. I took a lot of photos, meet and greet in Durban, and sent them to Liz Wheeler. Okay, cool beans. Thank you for that. Yeah, the meet and greet was pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it, those who were there. Sonic Boom, welcome back. Magda, excuse me. Peter say, welcome to you. Slow internet is a feature. Yeah, but I've not had a problem yet. This is the first time. Even in KZN, I had decent internet. The only problem I've run into the whole time is that my Zoom session with Katja Bieden ended suddenly, and then we had to get it restarted, but it came back on its own. Right, Inkwell Odyssey, CB, Justin Knutz, Michael Storm, Fight, Philip de Vet, Magda Prinsloo, Levin Jans van Rensburg, TNL, Tolkien, Wills, Jan van Driel, Chris Ehlers, Graham Kelly, Kus Franken, Crystal Minar, Loretta, Yolandi Smith, Heidi Robertse, Rolinda, Elmarie, Kuhn Skippers, Jozar, I sent you an email with a screenshot. Okay, Jozar, thank you for that. Faceless Queenie, okay. Welcome to you. Rebecca, Justin, Elizabeth Bezuidenhout, Anton Mulder, Lynette Orr, Adele de Vries, excuse me, Louisa Rautenbach, Brendan Botma 6, okay, Antoinette Swart, Peter Wick, Andreas Muller, E.B. Badenhorst, Dorning Huck, YS, Liz Wheeler, Navy Brat 1972, Wesley DeClerc, Odette de Jaeger, Chris Stunder. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, folks. Shaka. Okay, well, that's appropriate. I'm hearing in KZN. Herman Volka, Erica, Johan Barkhuizen again. Michael Storm, and Veronica's also there. Thank you for that. Belinda, Juanita Stunder, Bagmeister, Little Miss Know It All is back. Wendy, good evening to you. Barbara Harrison, Chris Ehlers, Marie Hilbert. All right, we have set, folks. We are set for a meet and greet at Opie Plus on the 10th of May at 11 a.m. That's in Pretoria, Opie Plus. Okay, so just remember, I'm the boss Opie Plus. Boss Opie Plus. That's who I am, the boss Opie Plus. Just remember that, folks. Don't forget that. All right, so Alana Teet, thank you for a wonderful day today. It took a lot of photos. Okay, I already got that. Heinrich, thank you for the 350 Rand super chat. And then Dylan Kalbrick, one of the OGs is here, Stephen Botham. By the way, folks, I hope you're not embarrassed. If you're an OG or somebody I consider to be an OG, I've been noting those who come to meet and greets, pointing them out to everybody. These guys have been with the program from the very beginning. So we owe it to you guys who stuck with the program and kept me going in the dark days of YouTube censorship and helped me rebuild my program. So Bookworm's back. Welcome to you. Thank you so much for that. Heidi Robertson. Okay. Reg Dodd. Rakes. Great video on News 24 Docs. Thank you, William Wheeler. I appreciate that. Steve Newbold. Ludwig Hoyer. Missed you guys. Nicola. Hey, Nicola. What's going on? And 1998. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Betty Kutza, welcome to you. Rick Heron is here. Arby3275, how you doing, man? You recovering? Are things going well? How's your mom? Gosh. Arno Hernevald, good evening. I would like to follow American news streaming. What channel would you recommend I listen to? Well, I don't really follow the American news very much. I don't trust any of it. A lot of people like OAN, One American News, and some people like Newsmax. Some people like Fox. And it's, what I suggest is you watch them and see which one you trust and which one you can't trust them fully. I can't trust Fox fully, but I will watch some programs on Fox. Yeah, being OG is an honor, says Erica. I think it's pretty cool. Valerie von Veit, good evening. I am going to miss all media for 7 days, going to sit in the bush. Okay, well, Valerie, hope the world won't end while you're gone. Yeah, was it Nicola's birthday? I didn't see that. Happy birthday, Nicola. I can't put up the cake because I'm streaming off my mobile, which seems to be a little more stable tonight than it was last night. 99 likes already. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. We want to go up, though, not down. So 103 bottles of beer on the wall now. Okay. User says InfoWars. What's with Info? Oh, that's something you watch. Don't watch that. That's Alex Newman's. Not Alex Newman. Alex, what's his name? That's his stuff. The bankrupt guy. We can't think of his name right now. Graham Kelly, welcome to you, Yolandi Smith. Jason Barnard, 99 Red Balloons, 99 Luftballons. Ihrem Weg im Horizont. Good day, Alley Cat. Trust everyone is treating you. Yeah, no, this is pretty incredible. People, wonderful. We've been doing a lot of good news stories in South Africa, which means I'm getting no views. Alex Jones, thank you, 1440. Chris, are you in Irania? Are you on the Corona tonight? I don't drink Corona. That's disgusting piss water bottled. Ken Ernst, oh my gosh, Ken, I've been wondering what happened to you, man. I don't think I've seen you for a while. It's good to see you there. I hope you're doing well and having a blast of time. Well, CJ and Maggie van der Walt, I'm having a good time. A blast? I don't know about that. It's pretty cool. Had to change hotel rooms. The one in last night was terrible. The noise Bertie van Antwerpen, 35 Rand super chat. Thank you for that, for getting us started. Yep, and so I had to change rooms. The aircon wasn't working here. The circuit had been tripped. They fixed it, but the internet still sucks. So I'm streaming off my dual SIM mobile phone here, which isn't the best quality. This one's far better. That's my US phone, much better. This is the one, the S21, but I can't get Wi-Fi on there. So, and I'm on here looking at the chat because here it goes too fast. It's just a little tiny part of the screen there. I can see it over there. Vanna Kurtzer, welcome to you. Sioux77, as in the Sioux Indians. Carlos Freda, Film with Hannes. I'm happy to see you. Almost at 8. I wish I was at 100,000 subs. Your channel is the best thing to watch on TV currently. Well, thank you, Antoinette. I wish that 100,000 more people knew that. Georgina Olvaga, welcome to you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. All right, so today, little slower day. I moved hotel rooms. I had breakfast, and I recorded a bunch of videos, posted them. You will be made more famous at Open Plus. Well, we'll see. I'm waiting to hear back from Giselle. That's who I hadn't heard from. Let me see if Johan has gotten back with me. Let me see. Giselle. Jezell. Nope, no response, and I didn't get a phone number, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they're out of touch, but this is John Greenlees. Welcome to you. Can't get enough of you and your channel. Thank you, Nicole. It's very kind of you. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah. So Alex Jones, thank you again. Thank you, Nicola. Yeah. So the thing is that I made a bunch of videos, kind of got things a little bit in order here, and then I went to the meet and greet early. I got the meet and greet. I got there at like 3:10, 3 o'clock, and we went until almost 7, almost 4 hours. Yeah, and so I think I said 30, but it's more like 35. Let me run through the meet and greet so far and give you an idea of the rough attendance in each of them. I'm going to say the Durban was more like 35 because there were a lot of Johnny-come-latelys. Strand 150 people, Hermanus 25, Woodbridge Island 50, Langebaan 45, Veldrift 25 for Coffee with the Colonel, Bloberg 60, that was pretty incredible. That went for over 4 hours when I finally left. Howick 25, Ballito 30, and Durban 35. Next up is Port Elizabeth and Vanderbilt Park, Northcliffe at Thundergun, and Pretoria at Opeplas. So PE is tomorrow at Tapas in was it whatever it's Valmer, that part of PE. And Vanderbilt Park, that'll be on Saturday evening. And then Northcliffe will be Sunday afternoon. And the Pretoria one will be on the 10th before the Bulls game. So that's the ones coming up. Also, we're trying to set one up for 4 ways. And then we'll also look at possibly others. There'll be one in Boat Revere, which will probably be a pretty small one. And then maybe 1 or 2 more in Strand or Somerset West. So, yeah. Okay. Love your cute cover for the stream of the little... Yeah, well, Lindy, that was a gift tonight. That was my gift. I got another bear at home. These are nicely made. Thank you, Dr. Shireen. Yep. Nicola, I'm often knackered, but I'm not knackered right now. Today was an easy day, so I think you'll be doing well in January. Yeah, Reg, I think we're doing well there. Hey, how long this trip this time? Well, like usual, 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, I think the Pretoria would be pretty amazing. I suspect that if I went to Linwood Bridge, I know if I went to Linwood Bridge, I'll be recognized by people I don't know. That always happens there. And maybe even at Menlyn if I go to Menlyn, but I haven't been to Menlyn in a while, so yeah. Linwood Bridge has kind of come my spot, you know. I mean, it's not a huge place, but the restaurants and coffee shops are nice, and I love the Safari Outdoor. I spend time in Safari Outdoor, spending money. Super bummed I could make of all the times for a car to blow its computer. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Amazon, Texas. That's a shame. I was supposed to meet somebody today for lunch, and her husband and daughter had a motorbike accident, horrible, and daughter broke her arm, so I can't meet those folks. That's really a disappointment. Is your home okay with the storms that went through there? Storms didn't hit me. The storms knocked out the power, though. I did get an update from my neighborhood that my power was out for several hours, plus I got a text alert from my cable provider that my cable service, my internet was out for about 10 hours, if the timestamps are correct. James Warren, have you seen the new X or tweet from the U.S. Embassy? I have not. Let's go there. I didn't know the U.S. Embassy had it tweet out. Let's see. So let's see if this will load. American Embassy, and see what they say. American Embassy, South Africa. Let's see what I got here. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So is that from today? That's from 6 hours ago. So U.S. Embassy is saying double check your information before your interview. Please double check that the barcode number on your DS-160 form matches the one you used to schedule your appointment. If the confirmation barcode for your DS form 160 does not match the one you used to book your appointment, you will not be allowed to interview and must reschedule. Folks, what that says is whether they've announced or not, the program is clearly underway. They're telling people to make sure their barcode matches the one. So, wow, there you go. There you go. That's a very interesting development right there. Let me zoom that down a little bit so I can use that. All right, so for those of you doubting Thomases that rubbish Donald Trump, saying that this was all just a scam, that the Americans would never do, never take any Afrikaners, well, you're all full of crap. Here it is right here. U.S. Embassy, it's clearly underway. I don't know how it's going to be rolled out or hasn't been rolled out, but the bottom line right there, folks, is that there it is. Right there, and it's that's for non-immigrant visa, tourist visa, not refugee form. Oh, okay, thank you, Napoleon. So why are they putting it on there? Okay, well, you're right. That's not the refugee thing. The DS-160 form is not the refugee form. So, yeah. Well, anyway, but I also have information that that it actually is happening, which I can't share right now. So, yeah, when I can share that information, I will let you know. So, yeah, thank you for correcting me, Napoleon Dynamite. Thank you for that. You're spot on. Got ahead of myself there. I guess I am tired. EFM plan March at Kleinfontein. No, I didn't see that one. Tourist visas. Could be Snuggles. Snuggles, welcome to you. I think it was 10 hours, Kurt. So I'm looking at the timestamps, but my text messages don't come in time because it's based on the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi wasn't working properly. Start typing a number of replies on social media today, but did not post any of them like Colonel says. Only paranoid if they're not looking at for exactly. Yeah, anyway, so all right, so disregard what I was saying there. I must be tired. Jason Pretoria will make Strand look like a Mickey Mouse if people show up. Well, wouldn't that be cool if we had like 50 people show up? Because 150 weren't all upstairs. There were 30 downstairs, so but we had 200 people show up at Open Plaza. That would be insane. I'm not buffering, Steve. You're buffering. Well, it's hard to do a live stream and all the gifts, Johan Barkhuizen, because I can't take all the gifts with me. Some will stay here. Alma says, I think it's good. Alma, didn't you want to be a moderator? Did you write me? Was it you, Alma, that wrote me want to be a moderator? East London on Sunday. Well, that's Sunday the 10th, Peter. Sunday the 10th. In Pretoria, not the 3rd. The 3rd is in Vanderbilt Park. Ditlef Muller, thank you for that. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Langebaan? Langebaan was nice. I enjoyed that. Seeing Saldanha Bay was pretty nice. Kind of windy there. That was very windy. Yeah, I enjoyed Langebaan. It was nice. Yes, Alma. Okay, well, all right, Alma. Hang on a second here. Okay, so that's 2 new moderators. Alma, at some point, just remind me after Quebec States to send you the one-page rule and also for you to send me the information email that I need. But you now have a spanner. Do not abuse it. No, I'm not wearing my gym beans because they're gym greens, but I'm not wearing, they're sitting right here on the floor next to me. I'm barefoot. I'm cowfoot. Ready to do a little cowfoot soaking here, man. Do a little Kurt Darren. There are my gym greens right there. See, I need it. Where's it at? I scuffed them right there. Look at that little scuff. One day in. Anyway, pretty cool boots, man. These are awesome sauce. Hope you guys like the videos I made on them. I can't make the full video because it would take like 3 days to upload the damn thing in this crappy internet. Because it's a big file. So I've been making, sorry, get away from the phone. I've been making essentially shorts that I thought were interesting. Like his most embarrassing moments in Kruger and a little bit about introducing the brand. Where does the name Jim Green come from? And then I did the other one. I don't like steers at all. Joe Czar Smith, I had a really horrible experience with steers in Ghana 25 years ago, and I'd never go to steers. It was disgusting. I'll never eat a steers in my life. Get some authentic fellies. Well, they make authentic fellies, but I have 5 pairs of fellies from Freedom of Movement, including the latest ones, which I bought. So these fellies are from Freedom of Movement, and I bought these at the Freedom Movement store in Somerset West at the mall. There you go. These are with the darker sole. The other ones had a lighter sole on. So these are authentic Phillies from Freedom Movement. There you go. See, there's the Freedom Movement logo right down there. Well, I don't know how long they last because I can swap out 4 or 5 pair now. I really need Freedom Movement to start giving me some free shoes because I advertise for them all the time. I need to join a bit late thinking about the News 24 docs. Think this could be part of government PSYOP? I don't know if it's a PSYOP, but I know that it's simply wrong. Note to Beloy, backed as always, despite apologizing for controversial statement, he took X and urged the government to expropriate not only land but also water resources. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not racist, unless he specifically targeted white people. Shaka, good evening. Should the Western Cape successfully secede from USA, would it be what would be required to become a colony of the U.S. and governed by U.S. law? Well, we have no interest in colonies, and I don't think we have any interest in a state located in Africa. So, I mean, I think that's supposition that has no teeth to it. So, but the way states become states is they apply to join the United States. So, and then Congress decides. I have a nice Bushveld surprise for you when you come to Pretoria, okay? Meantime, I'll try to find your email, okay? Francois Ferrer, White, thank you. Valerie from Vike, I probably missed the info. Where in Pretoria will the 10th? 11 o'clock in the 10th. Well, why are you worried about it then, Valerie, if you're not going to be there? At OP Plus. Strasbourg. I don't know Strasbourg, Loretta. Where are they from? Thank you, Scientific Discovery. Tanya DeBeer is back. You know, Tanya, I almost read your name instead of Mariska Visser. Sorry. But you popped up as I was saying Mariska, and I committed myself. Nothing against Mariska, but Tanya almost gifted you that germ membership. So there you go. Sorry about that. Lost my job. Please hire me to clean those boots once a week. Pierre Rousseau, good evening to you. And Detlef Muller. And unsub from Ronaldo, he said there can only be one. What are you talking about? Where in Northcliffe, Colonel? Thundergun, Magda, Thundergun. We're trying to shoot for 2 p.m. on the 4th, but I'm still waiting to hear back from Marilyn, who is confirming for me. I've got a lot going on, so Marilyn was going to coordinate that for me. That gives people time to get back during the daytime. Okay, so I haven't heard back from her, so for all I know, she's here in the chat. Sent you on Telegram. Scientific Discovery, thank you. Yeah, that's good to point out to me because Telegram doesn't jump out at me. I get a bazillion messages on there. So cold tonight, 9 degrees. 9 degrees is lovely, Lindy. Love 9 degrees. It's 27 degrees here. Miserable today on the East Coast. Hope you like staying on our side. Yeah, Blauberg's nice. You're welcome, Magda. Okay, Strasbourg is a local famous factory in Clanwilliam. Okay. Well, Clanwilliam, that's over on the West Coast. A little further away than I went. I don't think that the Cape is a strategic point for the military. No, it's only if someone interdicts it, and no one's interdicted. Amanda Del Port's back. Good evening to you, GB. Hendo, there's my moderator extraordinaire. Okay, Hendo, we've given you some help. Wills is a moderator now. He's got a spanner, and Alma got a spanner tonight. There you go. Sport Escape for Independence. Eye-opener for majority South Africans. Good evening, Chana. Michael Storm. Snow tonight, Western Cape. Really? That'd be interesting to see. Snow. Anyway, don't worry, Chris. We're still cooking here on the West Coast. Okay, Rich. Yeah, Durban weather's like Florida. It's hot and humid. Exactly. But we don't have the potholes and the blackouts and the strife that you have here in the illegal settlements. We don't quite have that. So that way, it's not like Florida. Right. A number of things to talk about here very quickly here from the news, folks, even though it's evening chat. So Amnesty International's stark warning, Trump's policies fuel global human rights crisis. What a crock of crap. So UK-based human rights organization Amnesty International, proving once again that it is a fraudulent, dishonest organization, has warned of a global human rights crisis, saying President Trump's administration's anti-rights campaign is turbocharging what's already present, gutting international human rights protections, endangering billions across the world. Well, Donald Trump's administration doesn't have an anti-rights campaign. That's horse manure. And that's why Amnesty International is an untrustworthy organization. In its annual report on the state of human rights in 150 countries, the organization said the multiplicity of assaults against human rights, accountability, international law, and the United Nations have been some of the hallmarks of its first 100 days. Really? So what exactly has Donald Trump done to assault the United Nations? Nothing. What has he done about assaulting international law? Nothing. He's adhering to international law. He's exercising international law. Hey, the only time Derbs was great weather was in June. Yeah, no, you're right about that, Mark. A few more sleeps. That sounds like little kids. That's a lot of that. In a span of just more than 3 months, he signed 142 executive orders. Good. Good. These include termination of funding for global health and humanitarian programs. Good. Good. People take responsibility for their own issues. Amnesty International said growing inaction over violations of international humanitarian law during armed conflict, repression, dissent, discrimination, economic and climate injustice, and the misuse of technology and infringement of human rights could be traced to the so-called Trump effect. What a crock of horseshit. What a crock of horseshit. Unbelievable. The organization said this Trump effect has compounded damage done by other leaders throughout 2024, eating away at decades of painstaking work to build up and advance universal human rights, accelerating human. This is just total cock. This is cock. This is total nonsense. President Trump has shown only utter contempt for universal human rights. His government has swiftly and deliberately targeted vital U.S. and international institutions and initiatives that were designed to make ours a safer world and fairer world. Well, it's not my responsibility to make the world safer. I did that for 36 years in uniform, protecting people's rights and lives. It's not the responsibility of America to police the world. So you can take it and shove it, Amnesty International. You honestly think it's our mission to take care of the world's problems? Fuck off, man. Bunch of idiots. And he's undermined human rights. I'm sorry. That's his major beef with South Africa's government, is the abuse of human rights and the abuse of South African minorities. Human rights being violated. A failure of the South African government to adhere to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And you're calling Trump the guy that's undermining human rights? What a crock of horse manure. His all-out assault on the very concepts of multilateralism, asylum, racial and gender justice, global health, and life-saving climate action is exacerbating the significant damage these principles and issues have already sustained and is further emboldened by other anti-rights leaders. His assault on multilateralism is broken. It's dead. And it's led to corruption and decay in the Western world. So screw multilateralism. Asylum, Trump hasn't attacked asylum. Our asylum courts run every day. In fact, the 97% of frauds are exposed every day, and they get deported out of the country, as they should be. It's not attacking asylum. What a crock. America still gives asylum to people. This is just another lie. Racial and gender justice. What the hell is racial justice? The suppression of majority rights? That's not racial justice. That's racial injustice. Global health? It's not our job to take care of the world. We already give you medicines. We spend hundreds of billions of dollars researching medicines to protect people and improve lives. So we have to spend that money, and then we're supposed to give more money to let you buy the drugs from us at a discount and a loss? Oh, please spare me, Amnesty International. Just shut up. You're a bunch of crocs. You little shitheads never said anything about what's happening in Zimbabwe. Amnesty International was silent the human rights abuses, the murder of Zimbabwean farmers and farm workers. They didn't say anything. So you haven't got a leg to stand on. You're frauds. You're total frauds. I don't want to hear it. I've been to Amnesty International. You're frauds. You're frauds. Sorry. Richard Wilson, the Board of Trustees, professor at the University of Connecticut School of Law, said the Trump administration has turned its back on human rights. That's a lie. On the multilateral system, that's true. Yet global challenges such as human rights violations, mass migration, climate change remain. Really? So the Biden administration was committed to all these things. So did they end the genocide against the Rohingya in Myanmar? No. Did they end the genocide against the Uyghurs in China? No. Did they end the war crimes, abuses of the Ethiopian army against Tigrayan conscripts? No. Did they end the human rights abuses of Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram? No. They didn't do any of that. So how is Trump different than and making things worse? Gentlemen, who do you want me to blix him? Political analyst and governance expert Sandili Swana said the second coming of Trump represents the highest degree of lawlessness in white Western civilization. Well, that's just racist, Sandili. That's just racist. White Western Christian civilization. Screw you. What a racist statement. What a racist statement. He said Trump has made sure that he demonstrates he does not respect international law. Bullshit. Name one international law that Trump has violated. Come on, name it. You can't, because he hasn't violated international law. Only applies if we're signatory to it. Dumbass. Second, name one. You can't. So here you go. As an example, that the Americans have passed a law, and Trump is following through, that anyone who assists the International Criminal Court in prosecuting the perpetrators of war crimes and crimes of humanity would be punished by the U.S., including lawyers. Then they haven't. What law is that? Where did you get that law from? Where are you getting that from? There's no such law. No such law. Trump hasn't signed any law since he's been president. What a crock. What a crock. Well, Herman, I won't be there at 4 o'clock. I won't be there at 4 o'clock. I don't get to the airport till 3:30. So you can go there at 4 o'clock. I'll get there as quick as I can. Show me where the Americans have passed the law. And Trump hasn't signed any laws to my knowledge. He signed executive orders. What a crock. Let me see what law. What law is this? They just make this crap up. There's no law. What a crock. Christo, why are you asking that question? It's a security-related question. I'm not answering it. Trump authorized the International Criminal Court sanctions. The U.S. government sanctions targeting the International Criminal Court under Trump's executive order. It's the executive order. It's not a law. See, these people are liars. Just flat-out liars. Flat-out liars. Amnesty International. No, I'm sorry, not Amnesty International. Was it Sun Dealey? Where's that guy at? Where's he at? Political analyst Sandili Swana. It's just a liar. It's not a law. It's not a law. It's an executive order. And it sanctions people for not what he claims. And I'm so sick of this horse manure. Trump's order issued during the week makes clear his administration seeks to shield U.S. and Israeli officials from facing war crimes. So puts the United States on the side of war criminals. Okay. So what is his executive order of February 6th? So, by the authority vested in me as President of the Constitution and the laws of the United States, including the international emergency economic powers, I, Donald Trump, President of the United States, find that the International Criminal Court was established by the Roman Statute, has engaged in illegitimate and baseless actions targeting America and our close ally Israel. The ICC has, without legitimate basis, asserted jurisdiction over and opened preliminary investigations concerning personnel of the United States and certain of its allies, including Israel. Well, neither the United States or Israel are signatories to the ICC, so it's rogue. It has no basis and no jurisdiction over either country. So Trump is not wrong. The ICC has no jurisdiction in the United States or Israel, and as neither country is a party to the Rome Statute or a member of the ICC. Thank you. There it is right there. Neither country has ever recognized ICC jurisdiction, and both nations are thriving democracies with militaries that strictly adhere to the laws of war. ICC's recent actions against Israel and the United States set a dangerous precedent, directly endangering current and former United States personnel, including active service members of the armed forces, by exposing them to harassment, abuse, and possible arrest. The United States unequivocally opposes and expects our allies to oppose any ICC actions against the United States. Anyway, therefore, determined that the effort by the ICC to investigate, arrest, detain, and prosecute protected persons, as defined by Section 8D of this order, constitutes an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security and foreign policy of the United States. So, all property and interest in property that are in the United States that hereafter come within the United States or that hereafter come within the possession, control of the United States of the following persons are blocked. Person listed in Annex A, any foreign person determined by the Secretary of State, yada yada. So that Mr. Where are they at? Come back here. Where's this thing? Where'd it go? I'm missing the other thing. Yeah, so who said it? Was that Sandili? What a crock. What a load of total crock. Political analyst Dr. Gideon Chitanga said the U.S. and other countries in the West have always claimed that they are protecting human rights, but they only grant the rights to their citizens. That's horse manure. This is another propagandist. That's two. Dr. Gideon Chitanga and Sandili Swana are both propagandists, both lying. But the prosecutions of imperial wars, particularly where the U.S. has been involved in violating human rights. What imperial war have we been involved in? The only imperial war we've ever been involved in is the Spanish-American War in 1898. In the current context, you just have to think about the situation in Gaza, where Israel is strongly supported by the U.S. and is facing scrutiny under international law for violating human rights. Well, the ICC has no jurisdiction. So they're not facing scrutiny. That's a fraudulent case. Report documenting how armed conflicts have devastated the lives of millions of people around the world, including Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Central Republic, DRC, Ethiopia. Okay, what's that got to do with the U.S.? Nothing. What a crock. What a total crock. Oh my goodness. This is just so obnoxious. Francois de Jaeger, 14 ran farm attack, Uppington, 1 person injured. Oh my goodness. All right. Hang on. Let me just... Right, so what a crock. Hey, Stephen Norkia, how you doing there, man? Okay, back to, where in the heck is my stream at? There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Do I have multiple windows up? No, same one. There we go, it's over here. All right, so, 1 person injured. I hope it's not severe. Evan Galopter uploaded a video that kind of lifted a weight off my shoulders, so it gave me some hope. Yeah, I saw the title of that video, and I'm a little concerned about that, but I haven't watched the video, so. I can say my statement honestly because I experienced 3 years working. I could see the firsthand, literally different worlds. Katie and Donald Trump is in his 2nd term. This is it. He can't run again after this. I'm so sorry, but okay, well, I can undo if I can find it. I didn't see Gemini get a timeout. Sorry about that, Rena. Erica, I told you about putting people in timeouts. You can't. Well, no. Well, Erica, you're not the one to put Gemini in a timeout. Another monitor did that, so it must have been for a reason. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Detlef. Oh, that's why. You're using profanity, that's why. When you wear your fellies at the Army War College, folks will scratch your heads. Well, I'm not at the Army War College, Michael, and I have worn fellies at the War College. In fact, that's my preferred wear because I wear Dockers or slacks, and they go well with that. UN can't force America to give them money. Yep. Pat Marie says, as a South African, all chat from the country, stop watching mainstream media from South Africa. Social media is the way to go. Trump's live 2-hour cabinet meeting really gave me so much hope. Okay, I didn't see it. I was busy at the meet and greet, so. Okay. How's Durban been? Well, Laura Jean both how's Durban been? I really haven't seen much of Durban. I came down from Halleck, stopped at Hillcrest, went to Bolito, got back here in the dark, checked into my room, did a stream, went to bed, got up, had to change hotel rooms, had breakfast, did some filming out at the beach, did some filming here in the rooms, and then went to the meet and greet. So I really haven't seen any of Durban. I will probably go to the Shark store over at Kings Park and maybe to Wyatt Street before I leave. But I mean, I've been to Durban. I mean, maybe I'll walk on the beach in the morning, get a little time in there. But I can't walk much because of the what may be a torn labrum. So you know, it's an effort to walk. So I'm trying not to do any further damage to it while I can. But yeah, so I haven't seen much of Durban, and I don't need to see it. I mean, I've been here 4 or 5 times in the past 2 years, and every time I come back, it's worse. So I mean, I don't want to be depressed by looking at things falling apart. Valerie back on Pretoria the 10th, okay. When is the meet and greet in Port Elizabeth? Well, Nell, it's tomorrow at 4 or 5 p.m. whenever I get to the tapas. Okay. Emily stepped on the integrity trap. Gotta love those tariff tricks. Yep. All right. Oh, okay. You're fetching family airport. Well, I'm leaving Saturday. Saturday. Does that help? Are you going to be at the airport on Saturday? Is it a different day, Christo? Who's going in the Marshall Wall? Cornelius Mayer, welcome to you. Okay, Francois, Farm and Tech, I got that already. And where are we at here? So I'm trying to catch Holden Caulfield's here, welcome to you. Stephen Herselman, welcome to you. Vanessa. Is CyberX here? Hey, CyberX, what's going on, man? Oh, there he is. So when we can get out of this crap hole calls out of well, hang in there. Did you send an email to the U.S. Embassy? I will tell you now, if you want to leave South Africa in the refugee program, if you haven't sent an email to the embassy, the PRM email, then you're not doing what you need to do. Until we know something else, that's the only venue where we can catch them. Well, thank you, Holden Caulfield. They're lovely boots. And what's the number? I don't. Not only that pair, but they offer me other pairs. But I mean, cognizant of the weight, and I've just got one pair, so I will have my choice of other pairs when I get to the States. It's pretty cool. The fashion conscious boar has spoken. What are you talking about? No, I didn't, Snuggles. They asked me to have a bunny chow at Tiger's Milk, and I said, bunny chow, that's for rabbits. On the first day it was up, what's with the gatekeeping? What do you mean gatekeeping? What do you mean by that, Cyberx? What gatekeeping? Who's keeping gates? I don't understand your question. There is no third term. Bad trend. Local state clinics sending people home. There is no medication third month in a row. Does not seem right. That's odd, Sean, not here. Oops, somebody gave memberships. Heinrich Schoenfeld gave 20 memberships. Wow, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I think Trump's immigration deportation program was his biggest accomplishment for 100 days. Well, that's a fair argument, but I think he had a few other good ones. The DEI destruction is the biggest important one. Next trip here, Colonel brings some cowboy boots for sale. Kathy Price, is the meet and greet on Saturday the 10th at 11 a.m. Opus? Do we need to book? No, you don't have to book anything, Kathy. Just come. If you want to call them and tell them you're coming, but I don't think you're keeping track of it, so. Reg Dodd says, you have no hope. Bunny chows are awesome. Yeah, so are dog biscuits, but I don't eat them. Gatekeeping the info. Well, you presume that I have the info to keep. I don't have any info to keep, so I'm not sure what you mean by gatekeeping. Well, Professor G said 30 people go to the U.S. Well, that's fine. What's his source? Sir Kevin Tableview. Durban is bad. I experienced in family. It's so sad to talk. Yeah, it's so sad the state has gotten in. Yeah, Jan Fundriel. I'm aware of that. So Cyril Ramaphosa is more concerned about that farm murders, more concerned about job creation, more concerned about that nonsense than a whole host of problems that faces South Africa. Of course, this is the man who, purportedly stuffs money in his sofa. So, I guess, priorities. Red says, I'm killing you. Why am I killing you? Because the bunny chow? Dude, just because I don't eat the food you like, come on, get over it. Dog biscuits are amazing. Are they now? Good mutton bunny chow. I don't eat mutton. I don't eat lamb. That's for the Welsh and the Kiwis. I don't touch lamb. I can forgive your pineapple pizza, but I don't eat pineapple pizza. I eat Hawaiian pizza. No, I've never eaten snake. Sitting in the sofa money sounds comfortable. I hear you. Yeah, so that was the one story I want to talk about. Mudslides in Umlazi. Yep. Households in Section H of Umlazi Township at KZN. My bad. KZN. Will be relocated after mudslides destroyed numerous homes. Minister of Settlements, Tembisile Similane, visit the township to assess the damage inflicted by recent heavy rain. Well, that's what happens when you build your house in an unstable place illegally. Even said the source is a client of his. The client's family is part of 30 and they are not farmers. Well, how does he have a client when he's an asylum attorney? I'm confused. Evan Glupter is an asylum attorney. Maybe somebody misheard what he said. How can a person be a client for a refugee program when he doesn't take refugee cases? I'm confused. I haven't seen the video, so I don't know. I'm just listening to what you're saying. If you have a chance, you need to try Gilroy's Brewery. Problem is I'm driving, so I can't drink. Is there anything you do eat? Yeah, well, apparently I ate something, Lindy. Otherwise, I would have wasted away by now. Tonight I had nachos and queen prawns. Nachos as a starter and queen prawns as the main course. Except for the bones, snake is tasty. Okay, question for you, Colonel. What's your opinion of these of Scott Ritter and Doug McGregor, both pro-Putin leaning, that's Colonel Americans, yeah, my Christian use swear words. Michael Storm, I have no respect whatsoever for Scott Ritter. I think he's a fraud. I think he's a liar. And I think that he is a major person who's destroyed U.S. credibility through his lies about Iraq and weapons of mass destruction. I have no use for him. He's whoever he thinks he is, he speaks for leftists. As far as Doug McGregor's a pretty smart guy. He's got a great reputation, but people have been rubbishing him lately because of his stuff on Ukraine. I don't know. I don't watch Doug McGregor, not for a long time. So, yeah, Army Colonel just like me, except he's a bit older than me. So, yeah. So I don't know. Don't have a negative opinion of Doug McGregor, but I haven't watched him a long time. Mopani Worm, no, thank you. His client, his family this side taking the refugee offer. So that would imply that he has a client who's seeking asylum status in America, and the rest of his family's back here getting refugee status. Interesting. Faunus says papers are done expected in June, July as per interview at Hatfield. All right, Faunus. Okay. The food, the drink, another time. What do you mean, Walter Dagenhart? All right, so Faunus is saying that this is real. What I can tell you is that I do know people who are part of that select group that people have been referring to of what I call proof of concept, and I do know events that are unfolding, which I will not disclose for the safety of those involved. I will not disclose for the safety of those involved. But I can tell you, it's not bullshit, it's real, it is happening, all right? So, when I can tell you more, I will tell you more, all right? But again, we go back to what I call a proof of concept. That's what this all appears to be. Without the U.S. government disclosing what's going on, with the information I've received from multiple sources, my conversation with Katya, asking her view from her sources, and my statement is proof of concept. That seems to be resonating as correct. Heinrich Gnade, yeah, that's German. But Germans are considered Afrikaners in this country by the U.S. I'm sure that's not a problem. Oh, there you go. As I said, Napoleon, his client is busy with the asylum case, and he's going to lose. So his family will go, and he'll come back. Just tune in. I need to set a reminder on my phone of these live casts. My first avocado from my garden tree. Wow. That's pretty good. Congratulations, Benjamin. I didn't eat at the hotel. The breakfast was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was okay. Nachos are not international cuisine. They're American. South Africans do them very strangely. Jan, I'm not going to answer that question on air. If Faunus wants to answer it, Faunus can answer it. Oh, that's interesting to see. So Action SA is filed for application of the top secret Palo Palo report. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I believe Press G said it's a friend of a client and is going over. All right. Michael lost his respect for Scott Ritter. Well, I lost a long time ago. I don't eat tripe. Does it still feel like home when you visit our country? Yeah, Theo, I feel very much at home in South Africa. Very much at home. You know, it's why wouldn't I? It's awesome. Beta testing says virtual. Yeah, beta essentially. Finest is a Toti cowboy. Okay. Wild honey from Mopani tree. Well, good luck with that. Haltman 101, £5 super chat. Thank you for that, getting us started there. Yeah, Jan is asking fondness now. Gilroy's Brewery, good food. You don't need to drink, just an idea. Okay. Well, I have no idea where it's at. Gilroy's Brewery. Let me see if it's anywhere along my route. Maps. Gilroy's Brewery. Okay. Should have loaded already. Still waiting. There we go. Come on. Why is it not typing? That's in Joburg. That's not in Durban. Gilroy's Brewery is in Joburg. It looks like it's up near Four Ways. It is. It's up by Four Ways. Is that the prison place? Is that the prison place? No. I don't understand the point of all that. Well, a lot of people are going to have egg on their face here very soon. Antoinette, I can't answer that question. I mean, I think it's silly for them to hold them only in Pretoria. I don't know. Don't know. What's the question about Northcliffe? Why are people trying to push Bunny Chow? I mean, what's that all about? What was the news of refugee program? What do you mean, what was news, Kate? Wesley says, proof of concept. Do you mean testing how we cope in America, how we receive? Just that? No, I don't mean any of those things, Wesley. And I covered this last night. I talked about this. What I mean proof of concept is that we don't normally do in-country refugee status. And we've never done in-country refugee status for a country that's functioning, that has functioning, roads and economy and credit cards and stuff like that. Every place we've done in-country refugee status has been broke-ass countries like Cuba or Bosnia-Herzegovina that was at war. That's why we did that. Cuba, because it's broke-ass. So that's what I mean by it. They have to get this thing together. They have to make sure they can do it. They have to ensure the process works. So that's what I mean by proof of concept. That's my term. That's my phrase. So if it's not correct, that's on me. No one else has said that. I've heard no one else make that comment. That's what I call it. So when you build something, you test it. You don't just go, oh, here's the program, go to it. You test it. You make sure the process works. So you do all the steps that are necessary to make it work for everybody. When you do proof of concept, then you can move forward. That's how people who design systems. What did Hendo say? Jan says it seems we refugees will be in the U.S. before you go back. Can I set up my FEMA tent? Don't you go on my lawn. Yeah, you might be back before I am. Shalom Harden boss, he's not going to be for a third time. That's a dream. Not going to happen. How's that beef compared to USC beef? Oh, they're both fine. Argentinian beef is better. And my chat just jumped on me. Well, there is some news freelance, and I shared it already. Who's a tourist, Pat? I was the hunter that took the top brass on Game Drive in 2000. Mozambique was flooded. Still have my coin. Oh, cool, Marius. That's cool. Sometimes I understand how people stay alive with the dumb questions they ask. I've eaten biltong this late night and Drawervorst as well. And Lay's chips. All right, good night, Steve. Good night, Valerie. Well, Holden Caulfield, American beef isn't given antibiotics and growth hormone. No, there are some, but that's not the nature of U.S. beef. Which can tell us more about understanding where you're coming from, Chris. I just hope you get the scoop on the whole refugee. Actually, Reg Dobb, I have the scoop, and for the safety of those involved, whose lives could be threatened and endangered by the disclosure of this information, I'm not going to say anything. That's what surprised people are saying that they're going somewhere in the chat. That's, I don't think, a sound decision to do. Hoping they'll do some of these interviews in Cape Town. Yeah, Morris. Hey, Morris, how you doing? Steven Harris says, wishing you all the very best. Enjoy the max. Looking forward to Thunderground. All right, cool. What size t-shirt? Best bet, and just go double X large because I'm tall and it won't go below my navel unless it's double X normally. So if it's a little big on me, it's cotton. It'll shrink anyway. If the drivers here just enjoy driving, I think driving potholes. Yes, right, because I do say Gatval and genoeg is genoeg. Stuff your lawn, I'll camp in your neighbors. Yeah, you camp my neighbors all day long, man. I don't like my neighbors. You camp my neighbors all day long. So that may be 90 days since executive order, maybe Friday. No, guys, we're 7 May. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean the South African one? Oh, okay, I got you, Jan. Okay, got you. Hans Visser, even Evan G has clients. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. As clients seeking asylum and or fighting eviction, he argues that his defense is strengthened by arguing that the refugee program already recognized current and future persecution. Yes, that's a fair point. But I reiterate, 97% of asylum seekers are rejected. You have to prove it. Unlike a refugee program, you're not going to have to prove it for the people who've been designated. So it doesn't mean they won't get it, but I mean, I wouldn't hold my hopes on a 3%. Those aren't good odds. Vegas has better odds than that. Aubrey Ferreira says, can you give any advice on how to get prepared when the program opens up and also on how to best adapt when we eventually go over? Well, okay. What's your favorite lace? In South Africa, the barbecue ones. That's the only ones I eat. The ones in the States aren't as good. So Aubrey Ferreira, what I can tell you is the following. So you have to understand that life is competition and no one's here to take care of you. If you have that approach to life and you go America, if you go to America and you're willing to work for maybe if you take a job that's below your experience, below your expectations, then you'll do well. If you find what you're looking for and you can find the job meets your experience and you get the pay you're looking for, that's fantastic. But if you don't, just get in the workforce, get some credit established and move out. That's the key thing. Get credit established. Because you want to start a business, you're going to have to borrow money. It isn't easy. You have to have a credit history. You don't have a credit history until you build a credit history. So that's my recommendation. Also, do not expect life to be anywhere near, okay, do not, people are going to lose their minds when I say this, but don't. Life is easy in South Africa for minorities, minus the crime and the abuse you're going through right now. But we don't have domestic help in America. Middle class people don't have domestic help in America. We don't have 10,000 square foot houses in America. And I know many of you don't have that. But many of you do know exactly what I'm talking about. That's not the life of Americans. You have to be uber wealthy for that sort of thing. So just, temper your expectations, work your tail off, and you'll succeed. And within short order, you'll be doing better than most Americans because you're hungry to succeed. So I hope that helps, Aubrey. Some general advice. Bison is pretty good. Beefalo is not bad either. That's a mix of beef and bison. 30-06, Garrett, that's cool. I don't want info on other people. I want to know when is it going to get going? It's going, CyberX. It's going now. I've explained this several times during this broadcast. Freelance Kate just came in and asked. I'll say it again. There is what I consider to be a proof of concept operation underway. Some people are going to America according to them. When they're in America, we'll know for certain, and we'll be able to report that. Joe R. Smith, $10. I guess some people are just curious minds taking the scenic route. Huh? Oh, my chat is frozen. That's why. Hang on a second. Shoot, I gotta open up a new stream over here. YouTube. Gosh, that's getting really old. Beef jerky is not biltong. They don't compare. They do not compare. They're totally different things. Come on, live. Come on. Excuse me. I'm not a boxing fan. No, I watched it when I was a kid, Sugar Ray Leonard, stuff like that, but it really doesn't do anything for me, so I don't watch it. Okay, so I got my chat back. Okay. Danny Prey says, thank you for your honesty. You're welcome. What else would I be? If I'm honest, what else would I be? Okay, there's Hans Visser's comments. So, yeah, if you're going to the USA, my advice to you is shut your mouth. All right? That's my advice, okay? My advice, and Henry just said it, listen to me. Shut your mouth. Don't say anything. If you want to communicate to Evan or to Katya with Americans, you want to tell me, I won't reveal who you are. I just reveal the experience if you allow me to. But shut your mouth. Don't tell anybody. Because you will quickly become a target. I was surprised to see people's names in the Guardian article today. Really surprised. Really, really surprised. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but you run the risk of becoming a target of people, and what you leave behind becoming a target of people. Just don't say anything. Just go, then you're in the States. Then you can crow about it if you want. Yeah, Napoleon, it's a good point. What are you adapting to? It's America's like South Africa in many respects. You're not adapting much, I think, but there are differences. Pure speculation. Do you think President Trump knows something about South Africa in the near future that gave him hidden reason for white South African refugee status? Yeah, that is a speculative question there, Luke. I know the President Trump is very well informed about what's going on in South Africa, so I think I'll leave it at that, okay? Ever come across Miss Madisa Mashehu? No, don't know who she is, dropping a bucket. Nicola says, thank you so much for new Us in Bolito last night. I hope this helps cover my tab. Fortunately, I forgot. Nicola, well, that was unnecessary. Yeah, it does cover your tab, but YouTube will take 30% of that. So, but thank you. There's no need. So Nicola and her mom left, and they didn't pay their tab last night. I think they were so excited. We took photos and everything, and selfies, and they left. I was still there. The guy came up to me because I'm the one that made the reservation and said, sir, the lady left without paying her bill. I said, are you sure? Yep. And so he brought me the bill. It was like 160 Rand, so I gave him 200. So don't worry about Nicola. But she offered to send me the money, and I said, don't, it's on me. It's not a problem. Not a problem. It was an honest mistake, and, and they were just doing their job. So I gave the guy a tip for his trouble. Anyway, so, excuse me. Oh, gosh. So it covers it. Thanks. There was no need to do that, Nicola. Thank you for your honesty. Yeah, guys, isn't it obvious the colonel has something on his mind weighing heavy? Don't ask stupid questions. He's clearly said he can't give info. Exactly, cut full of bikers. Yeah, I don't know why people could try and pimp the information out of me. Thank you for your honesty. You're welcome. Okay. Leslie Ann Mood is back. I think he did. That's why things are happening as they are. Been living without domestic for 7 years, says refugee. Okay. I've got my eye on a pair of Jim Green boots. I've gone through 2 pairs of Farmers Co-op boots earlier this year. Yeah, Rakes, do it. Man, they're awesome. They're freaking awesome. They're a little pricey, but I mean, you're paying for quality, so you know. Okay. I just want to work so I can take care of my loved ones, but now I'm too white to work. I need to go somewhere. I got you, Cybrex. I got you. I don't doubt that. Okay. Yes, U.S. Cattle inventory is in a multi-decade low. That is correct. That is a true statement. It's no big deal. It's because they're importing beef from elsewhere. So when Trump imposes tariffs, that will no longer be the case. Joe Sar Smith, $10. I guess some people are just curious minds taking the scenic route to the answer. Yep. Okay, just a little wood log cabin in Alaska is fine with me. Good luck with that one. A POC is not an answer. What is a POC? Cybrex, I don't know what. Why are you abusing me? Why are you abusing me, Cybrex? After all the love we've given you, why are you doing this? I don't understand what you're getting at here. Hey, Laura, what's going on? Laura, what's going on there in Belleville? Yes, Boston coffee. Bought a $900 Chrysler Voyage in Oklahoma. Gave it away just before leaving. Okay, Hugo, interesting. No, it's the Sheldon. I don't really care for boxing. I did watch this as a kid, but not anymore. Emma's in Texas, became a member. Thank you so much for that. You renewed it. Thank you so much for that. We could P and landed yesterday. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, JP, that'll be interesting. Okay, a refugee from Gauteng going to the Eastern Cape. That's fascinating. She did an interview with Dearest Notable on Kwazami, put him back in his cage. I don't know who she is. Well, Elephant Lover, glad to see you showed up. Why did you split the Jerry Green? It's Jim Green, Corey. Why? I've explained this already. I have no internet. It took 20 minutes to load a video earlier today, a short video, 12-minute video about the doxing. I had to sit here for 20 minutes waiting for the video load. It should have taken 30 seconds, 90 seconds, worst case. But the interview with Gareth Crouch is 35 minutes long. It'll take 6 hours to load that thing here at this crappy internet. I don't have time for that. Plus it times out and it restarts again. It'll never load. So I'm not going to load the full interview until I have real fucking internet. Instead of this shit that I've got here at the Sun, the Soho Sun. Should have left the name the Southern Sun instead of changing it to something African. 20 minutes drive from Bolito, a very interesting village. Would love to take you on the best range guy. Luke, thank you for that, but I'm leaving tomorrow. Corey, it's a fair question, but I mean, I split it, but I mean, that's just 3. I'll make more probably. I thought they were interesting on their own, but 37 minutes, 35 minutes, I can't load that up. It's going to take forever. I mean, you guys have no idea how hamstrung I am without this internet. I mean, I can't do anything. I can't check my bank accounts. It takes half an hour to load the damn things. It's ridiculous. And it's payday. Tomorrow's payday. I have bills to pay. I can't pay them. So when I get to pee tomorrow night, I'll be up past midnight trying to pay my bills. No, Johann Barkhuizen, 100,000's deal. Why are people asking questions about my route and my itinerary? Snuggles, what's your question about? Why are you asking that question? Well, Stephen Herselman, what I had to say tonight was that when people see the people have gone and when events unfold, I bet the floodgates just pour open. Okay, CyberX, because you're the one who has to look in your loved one's eyes and find a way to tell them you don't have a way to cover the rent or food. You need work. I understand that, CyberX. But, I mean, giving me a hard time is not going to get you answered. I don't know what POC is. I don't know what that meant. You said a POC answer. What does that mean? I don't understand that. I'm trying to answer your question, CyberX. SA target will tugger this one. Exactly. Thank you, Elizabeth, for stating the obvious. I was trying not to go there. If you tell people that you're leaving, you will be targeted. Your life may very well be in jeopardy. Until lots of people are leaving, then there's too many people. When there's only a handful of people leaving, oh, proof. Oh, thank you, Cyberx. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I didn't understand what you gave me an acronym. Dude, it's just my term. I named it proof of concept because the U.S. government isn't sharing information. We know about these things from the people who are involved in it, who want to go. So, Cyberx, hang in there, okay? I presume you sent the message to the PRM address telling them your situation. I presume that's the case. Yeah, against them when shit and when they really kicks off, they'll probably be too late to leave. There's a logical reason for the refugee program. Exactly. There's sense to this. I don't understand why people don't realize that, why they don't think this through. I mean, why does everybody have to know when people are leaving, what flight they're on, when they're going, what they're going to do, what's happening, what's going on here? Why? Why are people so freaking nosy? People need to engage their brain here. People's lives are at risk here. They haven't fled South Africa to a safe location like Chadians have done, or Sudanese have done, or South Sudanese, or Somalis to Kenya. You're at risk. Their lives are at risk. Johan, you had to try. Gotcha. Amazon Toady says, they'll know I'm leaving when I wait for the plane. Yep. So it'll be South African police stations in the United States like China. No. No. Rest case. Fly under the radar. Don't make your plans for refugee USA. Keep it low key. Exactly, Val. Anthony Michael Funseal. Why do people use aliases? Because you become a target. Look what they just did to the Twatterboss account. They attacked Sebastian Usta, and now his life has been threatened, his children's life has been threatened, his business is destroyed, and he's committed no crimes, he's offended no one. It just hurt the feelings of News 24. I don't understand why people don't understand this. I really don't get it, man. I mean, you just have the perfect example why people use aliases and why people should be anonymous in many respects in what they say, or be careful about what they say on social media. And the guy was found out from public available information. Read that and goat. Effing goat. Yeah, I can't play him because I'm doing it off my mobile. Okay. Louisa Fermillan, welcome to you. So that, Anthony, that's probably why people are using aliases. Corey says, I understand, Colonel. I have fiber and it takes me 4 hours to load a 1 hour video. Yeah, I hear you. It's terrible. But I mean, I've got a lot of work to do, and this is really sketchy stuff. You have to first enable receiving the free memberships to receive the free membership. I noted that you must first buy membership at one channel that will open. I don't think that's true, Marsh. I know it's not true. I know someone, I have a family member who got a free membership and has gotten it multiple times and has never paid a membership, doesn't even have a credit card with YouTube. So I don't think that's the basis for it. So what was there a conversation about? Good night, Shaka. Is there a conversation about memberships? I missed that. Miss V gave 150 Rand, says good night. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, Miss V. I appreciate that. You have a good night. Yeah, Amazon Texas says you have all seen the hate on X, so best keep your plans close to your chest. Exactly. Hotful Biker says people think refugee stay is a vacation. It's a serious life endangering situation. If you're going, keep quiet, and once you're there, you can shout. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I don't understand. I've been talking about this since February 7th. This is not immigration. You're not going on a holiday. You're not going to America, and then you'll come back in 3 months. No. You are being given refugee status to go to America because your life is in jeopardy. If you don't believe that, then why are you applying for the program? And Chris has not had a job since 2010. And Chris has also dealt with a lot of other crap in Chris's life. Not me, Chris Ehlers. I've dealt with a lot of crap too, but anyway, so there's lots of Sapphists in my area, major travel hub where we'd love to invite you for a braai. What's the reason? My question. Oh, Snuggles. Okay. Now I forgot what your question was. I'm sorry, Snuggles. Sorry, could you ask your question again? Now I understand the motivation. I'll answer it. I'm sorry, guys. You have to understand. I'm getting death threats. I'm getting trolls attacking me. I'm getting threatened with all kinds of things. So I have to be circumspect about people's questions. Wonder how many people are processed refugee program. Well, freelance Kate, according to Reuters, 30 have been processed and approved. Don't know if that's true. Hugo says, hello. Welcome to you, Hugo Basson. I'm on 240. Whoa, wow, Detlef, that sounds good. Suppose folks see you as a hero and perhaps just want to do a welcome to the airport. That's fine, Mark. Guys, I appreciate that. And in my first trip, my second trip, my third trip, my fourth trip, not a big deal. This trip is different. People are acting foolish. Nobody here, but the people who are sending threats. So, it's real stuff. So, again, Snuggles, please ask your question again and I'll answer it. I apologize for asking for a reason. Okay. Yeah, no one starves in America. Starlink would be very handy right about now. Love how we adopt South Africans, but other words are no go. Huh? Yeah, there you go. Odin's Viking. Good point. Good to see you again. Most people are so desensitized they don't realize the danger they're in. Yep. Okay. Katya Beaton says that RSA JCPS account was just suspended. It was a fake government account. Katya, what did I say on Ronaldo's program? Did I not say that I reserve judgment about that account because it seems suspicious to me and I need to investigate it further? Did I not say that earlier? That's the reason I did. So that doesn't surprise me that it's a fake account. Yes, it's a direct flight to the U.S. Snuggles. Yes. Yes. I'm not going to Europe if that's what you want. Are you in Europe? No, it's a direct flight to the U.S. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Snuggles, for understanding. Freelance Kate says, oh, wow. What are you, oh, wow, about freelance? What's up? I think I answered your question about what's going on. If I didn't, you can ask it again, Freelance Kate. Anthony Michael Funsfield became a member. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Starwoven is back. Oh my goodness, Starwoven is doing this mystical, namaste stuff again. Arno Chernevald, how can I stay in contact with you once you go home? We will not be able to follow live chats due to time difference. Huh? How is that possible? My streams are based on your time, not on my time. I inconvenience myself. As I told the people at the meet and greet tonight, doing live broadcasts at noon every day is a pain in the backside. But I do it for South Africans and Europeans so that more of them can tune in. So I don't understand how you can't see it. Who said that? Who said that? I don't understand that question. My chat jumped while I was sitting here. Oh, it was Arno Groenewald. Arno, I don't understand your question, man. I'm on at 6 p.m. South Africa time every day, 7 days a week. Spot a few people on here I know. An alias is a good idea. More than ever, it's the wrong person around you. It could be bad. Yep, 1440. Yeah, so I'm going to reveal the secret right now. 1440 is actually Julius Malema. See, all kinds of people watch this program. 1440 is Julius Malema. It's an alias. Yeah, it's an alias. That's the number of his Swiss bank account, 1440. Can't remember how many times I said here in the chat, how many times you're going to say, do it quietly. Yep, Val. Didn't apply for refugee status, just asked to be updated when the program is live. Requirements are once live. Well, no one's applied because the program doesn't exist, but people are going anyway. Do you know if the people that are on the way to U.S. had a choice somewhere? I can't answer that question, CJ. Can't answer that question. Reuters has a job for File Kyle. That's good. Stay in, Joe Berg caught a baby house snake. Oh my goodness. Oof. Don't care who the people are. I'm more concerned with the timeline of events, interview, medical flights. Okay, Napoleon. Well, I can't share that at the moment. Katya Beaton says you did. I said the same on X as well. Yeah. So see, that's that's why I'm able to keep egg off my face almost all the time. I'm sure that happens occasionally, but it just if it doesn't smell right, it's not right. Yes, trolls do their rounds of the comments after videos have been uploaded. Been harassed by one just last week. Yep. Okay. Catching up Ronaldo. Okay, well, Willem, how's it going there? By the way, Willem is the guy who tried to set up our four-tracker meet and greet, but that kind of fell apart. My apologies for that. 30 people have been processed. Well, that's what Reuters said, Freelance Kate. I'm reporting what Reuters said. That way I'm not revealing any secrets. I'm not revealing any confidences. I'm not revealing anything from a source. I'm telling you that the Reuters news agency said that. And I know one of the journalists that was involved in that article. So I'm supposed to have a comment with him today. Yep. So we have 407 likes, and the count was BS because our government never applies that quickly. That's a good point. That's a good point. Have said it free about 40. What's this? I will have to be quiet on X, says Jared. Okay. Work, people, work, save your money, keep your head down, and keep your mouth silent. The enemy is very angry and jealous. Correct. Correct. Okay. James Brown. I feel good. Welcome back. Desmond, you need to start wearing a disguise on your flights. Well, my disguise would be to shave off my facial hair. You have her name on the space mission to Europe. Well, mine is on the Mars mission. I always had hope that things would change when my generation came into power and I got Julius. How wrong was I? Too busy drinking Johnny Walker, Blue Label, care about other people. Enoch kind of wants that the budget will be tabled again on 21 May. Here we go again. Yeah, no, that's not news. I actually have that from earlier. It's been up for a few hours. Not really breaking. Reuters is the world's largest news aggregator next to Associated Press. My alias is Notable. Hey, Nico, what's going on, man? Oh my goodness, you guys are too funny tonight. You're too funny tonight. You're too cool for school. Are you too sexy for your cat? Snuggles, dinars, try travel Dubai when you travel again. Travel Dubai? Why would I go to Dubai? It's the wrong direction, man. Just to fly all the way back. Lizzie Grayling, you can't put links on a YouTube chat unless you're a moderator or content creator. It's not allowed. That's a universal rule. They never allow that. If they allowed anybody in chat to put links, then chat would just be flooded with porn and gambling and all this other nonsense. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's that's not an unreasonable thing from YouTube to do that. I think that's very reasonable. I was there. There's no stopover flights USA. Thank goodness. Well, no more statement. I did take an indirect route when I came back to South Africa in August 2022. I flew from Harrisburg to Chicago, Chicago to Frankfurt with Lufthansa from Frankfurt to Cape Town. Yep. For someone from Cape Town interested in finding a coastal spot in the U.S., would you suggest Norfolk or Virginia Beach? No, because Cape Town is a Mediterranean climate and Norfolk is not a Mediterranean climate. It is a horribly humid, hot, southern, Natal, freaking miserable kind of heat. Now, if you want to replicate what you've got there, your best option is Southern California. It's not my cup of tea. It's our Mediterranean climate. Or you could do something away from the water, if you don't mind being away from water, and go into the high desert chaparral, like the high fellow. But that's not Cape Town like. Jan says it's strange that Ron Post said nothing further about our persona. What do you mean our persona non grata? Are you talking about Ibrahim Rasool? Human Rights Commission in South Africa is a failed organization. Yes, it is. South African captured Human Rights Commission. Odyssey, Europe, not Mars. Oh, okay. Well, I'm the one for Mars. Europa, that's pretty cool. I would like to be on the one for Ganymede. or for Enceladus. Enceladus is my favorite moon. So do you have a favorite moon? My favorite moon is Enceladus. It's the brightest object in the solar system. Extensions of the bear. Well, I do have Viking beads. Yes, they're direct flights USA. Yes. But in 2022, that was the only flight I could get. And it was only $868, so no complaint. But they made me wear a mask. That was kind of annoying. Gabriel Stoltz just became a recruit and team member. Thank you, Gabriel Stoltz. Boy, that's a very German name. Stoltz. Stoltz. Gabriel Stoltz. Why is the Colonel ignoring my super chats? Because there are no super chats from you, Matthew Dixon. What are you talking about? Why are we praying for Brickmerke? What happened to Brickmerke? He was on earlier. Something going on? Yes, when YouTube started, you could private message people, but they got rid of that. So, what's this? Flight to New York City, Joburg, or 12 hours? 12 hours? No, 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 no. That's impossible. 12 hours? No. It's 14 hours. My flight this time cost me, well, about $2,500. Dubai, ugh. What's going on with Sci-Sci? Why are people asking questions about Sci-Sci? Yeah, Concorde would have been faster, but it wouldn't have enough fuel, I think, to make it all that distance. It would have had to refuel on the Canaries or something like that. I think. I'm not an expert on this range. Updated, what's this piece? Keep us updated. Shame life happens, but thanks. We are connecting. All right, Liz. Happy to keep you connected and informed as best I can. It is 10:30 here on the east coast of South Africa. Thank you for the direct flights. I smoke, so the quicker the better. Oh yeah, I got you, Reg. We will just get a new venue for Sunday meeting. Continue. YouTube must be having an issue again. I sent a free membership chat and super chat. The viewers can see it. Well, let me see. Supers. Matthew Dixon, yes. I guess I also have to give you a super chat since, what does that say? Since I gave one to Ronaldo. Okay, thank you for Matthew. Yeah, I didn't see that. There it is. There it is. Thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't see that. Wow. Okay. Yeah. 35 Rand super chat. You sure did. Well, I guess it's good I can look it up that way. When you plan your trips this way, how much time do you spend searching for best flights that suit your needs? Val, it doesn't take a lot of time. They all aggregate pretty quickly. You can find all the flights. The key thing for me is I hate flying now, and so the best value for the price and the direct route, the most direct route. So I hate sitting in airports. I hate sitting in planes. I used to love it, but now it's terrible now. And now my labrum torn or whatever it is, it's really unpleasant. How do I pay to become a member? Can't figure it out. Nicola, you have to set up a credit card with Google or YouTube, and then once you've got a credit card set up there, then you can hit the membership button at the bottom there. Excuse me, under the chat. Sometimes when you go to the channel, say, would you like to become a subscriber? Or not subscriber, a paid membership, and then do that. So my son is in the USA now, studying to be a medical assistant, and wants to continue to be a nursing degree. He has a J1 visa. What can he do to stay and work in the USA? Nothing, to my knowledge. I mean, I don't know. You can apply for permanent residency. Try that. People who get medical degrees and scientific fields, we tend to let them stay in America. So I don't know. Maybe that'd be the case, but. If Troy Nell's bill gets passed as law, then he would be able to apply for refugee status because he's in the U.S. He would be able to do that, but not now. It came from Eric Connor. His ex have a bit of info to share, says Black Current. cold in the Cape, freezing. I'm not on the Cape, Loretta. I'm in the Eastern Cape. Well, I'm in not Eastern Cape, Eastern. I'm in KZN. It's too warm here for me. Lizzie Grayling, how do I get the info I found to people? There's very scary deals going on between Southern Nigeria and also South Arabia. I don't, to what people? Who do you want to send it to? Last I heard about Cohen, he was on a watch list for anti-Semitism comments, and even AI will tell you that. What's he done now? I don't know. I don't know. Someone just said, have thoughts from Mr. Laughing at my idiotic comments. Who was missing your idiotic comments? Seems as though Dubai isn't what it's cut out to be. My daughter can't wait to get out of Dubai. Oh, it's horrible. Who said it was good? It's a terrible place. I would never want to be there. Yeah, it looks all sexy and everything, but you run afoul of the law very easily there. Just finished up a broadcast on X with the Amerikaners. Okay, well, apparently several people have. Well, Hakan Eggman, I have my credit card registered on YouTube, and I used to pay a monthly subscription to Ronaldo and several other channels. What is everyone going to do on the plane? 14 hours long. I'll have to take some of my books with me. Well, people eat. You get a snack, you get a breakfast, you get a dinner. You watch movies on the screen in front of you, and you pray that the flight ends soon. Snuggles loves Dubai. Oh, is that why? I'm not going through Dubai, man. I've never gone through Dubai. Never done that. Good night, Corey. I'm waiting to hear what these people from Americanas have. They want to share something, so please share it. Rake says, thanks for chats. Enjoy them. Do my best not to miss. Do you know your yawns are contagious? I know, I'm sorry. I'm actually tired, so. Freelance Kate, that sounds like a quote from the Reuters or from the Guardian article. Oh, gotcha, Lorraine. I thought you were asking a question. I misunderstood your chat. Okay. Yeah, the legroom is terrible, Thomas, when you're tall. It sucks. Ever get the tire fixed? No, I didn't. I didn't. I'm going to the airport from here tomorrow. Garrett has a gift for me. Okay, I'll be fine as long as I don't get a flight with a layover. Travel to Armenia with a 12-hour layover in France. That sucked. Yeah, well, if you were Charles de Gaulle, no wonder it sucked. That's not a fun place to sit around. Retha says just going to rest on the plane. Well, that's an option too. Okay, what's this? Okay, robbed at gunpoint at the hospital incident the day before yesterday was in both State Cape Town, and the clever EFF are now harassing international tourists in the parks. No land of peace. Yeah, I heard about that. Somebody said that, but I thought you were going to share something about Amerikaners. Just changed my entire profile. Go great time. Okay. Tall, and there are much taller people than me, so I don't know how they manage the flights. Liz Wheeler doesn't care how long the layover is. Well, you will when you're stuck there. Let Arctic fly. No, Arctic's not. I'm not on any plane with Arctic. Funny how people thought they'd be on a plane in America by now a few weeks ago. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You got a troll in here. Did you come over from X2? When you interview someone, you offer a few questions from the chat, but to be honest, you are so thorough with your work that all the info is shared in the interview. Thank you, Francois. Appreciate your comment there. Okay. Okay. Restaurants and foreign airports are so expensive you can't even afford to sit and have a coffee or something. I bought one energy bar and got home. There was 340 rand for that chocolate. Yep. Yep. Well, that's because William going that way, it's longer. Coming this way, it's 14 hours. Going that way, it's 16 to 17 and a half hours, depending on the winds. SR-72, Dark Star. SR-71 is what the plane is, yeah. Yeah, no, airport's very expensive. If you've got kids, you're screwed. You'll be bankrupt paying for those kids to get out of the airport. They want food and sweets and stuff like that. So that's why you got to take food with you. Take sandwiches, put them in Ziploc bags, put them in one of those little foldable coolers, put them in there, and then that gives you food. You put snacks in there too. There's a secret to traveling. There's a way to do it. And so, I mean, I don't say I've perfected it, but it certainly works well for me. And you got to have a plan. Like here, I had to have a plan. So this time I brought the bigger suitcase. That way I don't have to carry a bunch of crap in my carry-on. Whose website be up and running? Okay, but Black Current, you came on and you said you have a whole bunch of stuff to share. Now you're being coy. So I was hanging around because I thought you had something to share, but now you're being coy. How's your hip? Did you look at biokinetics a solution? No, I haven't looked at any solution yet. I haven't had time. I'm busy working. No, it's today I took little steps and I didn't stretch it and it was mostly fine, but I can see myself. I'm actually limping a little bit. Yep. Oh, Americanas have a website coming. Thank you for that, Black Current. Well, you also have to know where you're going and what time of year it is. So first off, if you were going to America right now, it's springtime. We're headed into summer, almost summer. It's going to be warm pretty much everywhere you go, except up the mountain somewhere. So you have to plan on that. Opposite seasons to South Africa. Northern Hemisphere vice Southern Hemisphere, opposite seasons. James Brown, looking at the upcoming summer rugby fixtures, I think this is the first time Italy is doing a tour. Yeah, it is. Yep. That's great. Would you give for those looking to resettle in the U.S. and how to best adjust in your life? Andrew Knoll, this topic has come up several times in this conversation tonight. Shouldn't be a major adjustment for you. You're going to an Anglophone country that has a rule of law and has a similar history to South Africa, so it shouldn't be much of an adjustment. It's a first world country. You just may find some of the customs a little different than you're accustomed to. So yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a major adjustment for you. Go bag, yep. Okay. Hugo Basson is back. Another video, travel tips. Yeah, well, okay, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that yet. What advice you give those looking to resettle in the U.S. as best to adjust? Well, I mean, I just gave that advice 10 minutes ago. I would suggest you be flexible, you know? Okay, Stephen Ortiz run away. Heinrich Savang is here. Well, there is no flight between Port Elizabeth and Arizona, Heinrich Savang, and that's why you were quoted for 40 hours. There's no such thing. No one flies to Arizona from Port Elizabeth. No one flies from Port Elizabeth to America. So you're flying from Port Elizabeth to somewhere else, sitting, waiting for a flight, flying from there to somewhere else, sitting, waiting for a flight, flying from there to Arizona. That's why it's 48 hours. Andre Clausen, 40 Rand says, looking forward to the Truth Report. Well, so am I, Andre. Thank you for that super chat. Except for the government crap show. What do you think of South Africa? Well, Clifford Gerber, I've made my feelings about South Africa well known over the years. It's an amazing country full of amazing people. The scenic beauty of the country is amazing. Yeah, many of the cultural customs are very appealing and wonderful. And yeah, so I have nothing but good thoughts about South Africa. Okay. Yeah, I don't get the vaping thing. What's that all about? I don't understand why people do that. You and your son are going to have backpacks. Your wife has 60 kgs. Well, you only get 23 kgs. And if you're on the right flight, you get 2 bags of 23 kgs. You don't expect, what's in 48 hours, Heinrich? What am I missing? Yeah, Cape Town to New York, 17 hours at 15,000 Rand. Yep. Air India flies from Cape Town. I didn't even know they flew from here. Jared says, I think Rob Herself should run president. Well, he wouldn't win, so. Holden, have a good time in the market. I'm hungry. I want to go back and get some food. It's 10:40. I want things open. 48 hours on the go. Okay. Yeah, where's Ronaldo? He said he was going to be here. I haven't seen Ronaldo on the stream. Okay, are you allowed to take a gun cartridge with you? That's a gift. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's an odd question. Um, yeah, you can. FG says, no, I'm wrong. Wrong about what? The account was suspended, but the press release is still on the government website. Well, that's weird. If it's a fake statement, why would it be a government website? That's interesting. He carried passengers on the roof. What, like the trains in India? Oh, that's funny. He's pre-birthday. Okay. Refugee Africana, why do you keep saying no, you're wrong? What does that mean? Mark Elston says, thanks for coming to Green yesterday, Jim Green. I met my son who does all the online work. Always watch your content. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, I met a lot of folks there. So, cool. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it was my pleasure, folks. And in case you're wondering what he's talking about, it's here. And lovely pair of Jim Green boots. These are the African Ranger line. These are awesome. Unbelievably well done. They are great. Every bit of this boot is made in South Africa. There's nothing imported here. Everything is South African. Proudly South African. Really good stuff. Jim Green right there. You can see the logo on the back. Yeah, so it's awesome. These are really good quality boots, I should say. And yeah, so I got this pair, and I made the video earlier. Made 3 videos. I'll be making more when I have bandwidth, but I have no bandwidth here now. So, in fact, let me look and see if that thing failed. Yeah. So I got to 235 kilobytes and it failed. No. Let me see. Wait, no, that's not it. Failed. It won't let me download. I just don't have enough. Yeah, well, so I've wasted 2 hours time trying to download a file that I can't get to. Fucking internet connection here. Jiminy crickets. So I'll have to wait till I get to PE. So, yeah, you should get a pair of Hair Mangus. They're lovely. That's the green one. They have them in the fudge color, which is the most popular, I think. Very jealous of my boots. Okay, we'll have to rock my Crocs. I can't stand Crocs. The King of Sweden's birthday today. Well, that's interesting. Thank you for that. Well, Southwest Africa, Namibia, I haven't been there in a while. They are awesome boots, yeah. Thanks for watching there. I really appreciate that, Mark Elston. Yeah, no, I met some really cool people at the factory. What a cool place. Black folks, Indian folks, white folks working together, everybody busting their tail, trying to get things done. It was incredible. I don't know if I can show you some videos from that if they're on here. I had to clean my phone up earlier. Still got a lot of work to do to clean up. I was running out of storage space on here, but hang on a second. Let me see if I can see anything here. So, meet and greet photos. Okay, let me see. Let me find something here. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've got a lot of footage from the floor, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it was great. I was really awesome to be invited by Gareth to go to Jim Green. I wasn't familiar with the brand, and now I am, and I'm really super impressed. It looks sweet. I have a pair of, what's this? Hang on a second here. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm starving here. I've been to Americana's website. Please read it as we should. It's a petition letter, President Trump. I don't know where their website's at. I don't know their website. Okay, those boots look sweet. A pair of DKW shoes. Okay. Excuse me, rub my eye here. Oof. Numbers are dropping now. People are going to bed. Well, Red John tried to plan a lecture in Pretoria, but it's not working out. Cybrex doesn't matter. Have a good night, Cybrex. Be well. Thanks for being here. It's becoming a total racist crap show, calling abandoned seats in Parliament because it's calling suppression, land reform, gender fluid. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not my hip, it's my labrum. The physio thinks that my labrum is torn, and she thinks it's been torn for over 40 years. And I'm like, how could I have gotten through life not limping for 40 years? She said that athletes and people like myself who are soldiers who are fit tend to overcome these injuries, and we manage to adjust. And so I'm thinking, wow, if I hadn't had a torn labrum for 40 years, instead of being a good athlete, I could have been a world-class athlete. That kind of sucks. Yeah, they are so South African, and it's good cause. They pay their employees the full employment rate. They don't ask for any exemptions to pay them lower rate, which is allowed in the industry. They use all South African products. It's a brand that that factory would have closed down completely had they not created the Jim Green brand. And now they have 150 people working there, and they're working their tail off. It's great. Charles Van Alton, greetings and salutations to you. I think I saw you recently. Go to Woolies Quick Shop and get some chops. I'm not going to Woolies. Thanks for these late night chats. Appreciate it. Well, you're welcome, Mace. Looking at the Slip Stockman from Jim Green. Okay, cool. Rakes. Good night, Strauss. Massive fire in Jerusalem is spreading rapidly. I didn't know there was a fire in Jerusalem. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Most of that would function happily in a rainbow work environment if government didn't have a hand in it. Well, dropping a bucket, I agree. That's why that factory is so cool. So let me see. I've got a few pictures here of the floor rather than make all that noise. Let me see. Here's the pictures. So, here, let me, so here's some folks on the floor working their butts off. Yep. Some more folks working their butts off. So, black guys, Indian dudes there. White guy, black guy, Indian women, black women. People just getting through life working their butts off, you know, so. Yep. Bad weather rolled in Port Edward. Okay. Name changed, yes, I changed my logo name. There you go, brother Louis. Smart move. Now I don't know who the hell you are. 150 staff, best BBE, BBE, you need to survive. Okay. What did Alice say? Finger slipped mid-type. Eastern Cape is chilly tonight. Okay. Internet's offering American dream. Madeline says, thank you for the time you take for the chats. Must have a good night's rest. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here, folks. We've been at this for an hour and 48 minutes. I think that's enough. 450 likes, a little bit of super chat revenue, 29 members. Thank you for that. You all have a good night, and I'll probably be on, maybe in the morning I might do something because I'm flying tomorrow, but not till the afternoon, so I'm not really doing anything else, so maybe I'll do a stream. You're very welcome. Y'all have a good night. Take care, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, everybody. Good night.